Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Education meeting for April 19th. We are going to start, as we usually do, with a report from the superintendent.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I have just a few slides tonight, actually, to share with you, just a couple. First, if you haven't seen, I know we do send out the Hastings Happenings weekly and stuff, but here's another nice bit of news. One of our students, Ben Wan, who's a junior in the science research class, received a $3,500 Marriott Foundation grant, which is going to provide funding for his science research project. He designed a combined water purification apparatus and small-scale electrical generator. Mr. Rosner has been chosen as the mentor, and he's going to receive $1,000 towards his support for Ben. So congratulations to Ben.
Is that something he does over the summer, or just something he'll continue to do during the school year?
I don't know. I think it continues. I don't think it's just over the summer.
Over the summer, and then next year he's going to like present his research to different competitions, like what Kat Berman.
Right. Same idea.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
And same with other people in the class.
But it's a nice jump start and to get some funding for it.
It's great.
I like the T-shirt.
Yeah. I figured you would. I crossed it out.
Subliminal. Yeah, it'll take me.
And we had a really wonderful presentation from the Holocaust survivor, Ed Lessing, presented to the high school students. And Emily, were you there? Can you want to tell us your opinion of it?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's great.
The story was, it sounded unreal.
Yeah.
Everything, it was crazy, and everything kind of fell into place for him. You know, obviously not, but like his family, his whole family was reunited. Like everyone kind of stayed together at the end, and his mom was this like genius who planned everyone's escape and kind of like escaped from German like capture because they took her. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell the story, but it was pretty crazy. And I went to talk to him after, and he kind of like elaborated more about it. And he was really, really glad that he was able to come and talk to us.
It was really, I happened to be in attendance for most of the story. I had to leave to go to a meeting, unfortunately, but he was just very captivating, and it did seem like a fictional story, just the way it all came together, and how his mom.
The whole high school?
The entire school, and how his mom was really phenomenal in keeping the family together and helping them escape. You know, he was telling a story when they found him in the woods, and his mom was there, and how they had to pretend to be these giggly lovers, right, to get by the German guard. It was just, just a phenomenal story.
Wow.
You could, and the room was quiet when he was speaking.
And I think everyone was really interested. I don't think there was one person that was, bored.
I agree. It was really terrific.
So he
I wanna
came to
thank
speak
him
to
for
a
coming in.
class? Or
The entire high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a big assembly in the auditorium. It was really terrific.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
Hopefully he'll come back another time for us, but it was very engaging and really interesting for our kids and for our staff members, including me. So I want to thank Mr. Lessing for sharing his story with us. And Kat continues to get recognition, this time from the Westchester County Board of Legislators for her Intel Science Award. So there's a nice picture of Kat and her family with the Honorable Michael Kaplowitz and the Honorable Mary Jane Shimsky as well. I understand that Andrea Stewart-Cousins also wants to come and recognize Kat here as well. Nice. Here's a nice picture of our Try It Tuesdays with our chef Alan making some kale and farro salad.
That recipe looked really good.
Oh yeah? You're not going to get me to eat kale, sorry.
I
Tried it many times.
I actually have some with me.
Oh, please. No, my wife has tried it in all different forms of drinks and deep fried and everything else. Oh,
Oven fried.
I don't care.
Lots of salt.
I'm not having it.
Baby kale?
No, nothing with kale.
Now
Thank
we
you.
know what to get you.
Yeah, thanks. Really don't want to like me, send me a hunk of kale. But for everybody else, it's very healthy and it's terrific for you. So eat away, all you healthy people.
This farro salad's good too. You can do that.
Well, that I didn't know. That's a different one. So that's pretty much it. We have our next meeting on Tuesday, May 3rd. And I believe the foundation may be coming that night to present the grant awards.
Oh, great.
I think we're trying to shoot for the May 3rd meeting.
And the high school musical license.
Oh, the High School Musical. If you didn't get a chance to go, I was here Saturday night. I know several people were here.
Yeah,
It was just a phenomenal production. Students were just unbelievably talented, showcasing their talents.
Yeah.
The production itself was so complex and involved, and It was just wonderful.
And the
Really
house
was
was
terrific.
packed.
House was packed, yeah.
I mean, I was there Friday night when Lindsay was there.
I think we had to turn some people away because there wasn't enough open
Pretty
seats.
full on, I came Sunday,
Yeah.
it was pretty full on Sunday.
On Sunday and
Yeah.
Saturday night
was
as well, the
so
whole
good.
upstairs was full as well, so it
I
was
mean, I've never
just
seen a
terrific.
3-hour high school production,
Yeah.
but that was, it was so much work.
It really was. The kids were just incredible,
Yeah,
just
it was very
incredible.
good.
Did Lisa come with you?
Yes,
She must have loved it.
she did love it. She looks forward to it every year. But, you know, hats off to Gerard and Lori Walden and Tony Wan and Denise, who does the technical side of things. They really outdid themselves on this one. So,
I mean, it's a very difficult show. Someone was telling me that a lot of high schools, when they do a show like this, the kids will practice for 8 months. And, you know, they put this together in 2.
yeah, so it was terrific. And it was nice showcasing our auditorium as well.
Yes, it really
A lot of positive comments about the place.
did.
I like the way they had the orchestra in the back, like
Yeah,
behind that
yeah.
screen. Was that something since the renovation that we can do that because it's deeper now or something? Or there's
We
more,
didn't make any deeper. It's the same size stage and
but it's more
everything.
cleared out or something?
Maybe.
They took away the cages on the
Is
side.
that what it was, the
Yeah.
cages? Yeah, so
I
maybe
think
there's more
part of
room
it
on the
also
sides
is
for
just
storage.
the set was so, I mean, I love the set, but it was minimal, so it.
Yeah, it was very open, you could see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, except when it looked like they were all shooting at Mr. Riss.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. But yeah, and the music was just, the
That was
musicians
great.
were phenomenal as well,
Yeah.
so, well done. That's it for me.
Okay. All right, then, we don't have any public tonight, so we'll move on to the business items. Was there anything in here that people wanted to ask questions about, or?
Could you describe the joint municipal cooperative bidding program, what that?
So what we're doing with this particular agreement is we're piggybacking on a bid for, I think it's Nassau, or one of the BOCES out in Long Island. And as being part of their bid, we then are able to access different contracts that they have with vendors. So there's a flooring vendor that they work with that we want to use their bid. So we have to, pay a bid participation with them. So just-
Is there any additional cost for doing it this way, or is it
Well, there is a.
free for
co-
us to join their
No,
program?
no, you have to pay. I don't know on this one, I want to say last year it was like maybe $500 or something. Does it say on the actual bid? It's the joint municipal agreement, item 6. Let's scroll down and see if it says it here. Yeah, it may say it on here. Oh, yeah, $525. But it's a lot of work that is entailed in bidding, and it's every bid that we participate, like even at Data, we do pay a bid participation fee.
And then, because it's done through, we usually bid through a BOCES like that, it's,
Well, that's one, that we use a lot of different, we do some of our own bids, it depends, but, and it's still very worthwhile to do it. Because you're still getting better pricing, because you're doing it with a larger group of people, so you get better pricing.
I just wanted to say one other thing about the letter of intent with the football team, because this is going to be our second year. It seems like it was such a great success last year, and I know that someone from one of the special act districts suggested that we contact NISBA, and because it's a great story, but we might want to wait until the football season starts if we want to publicize it that way.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, can I get a motion then to approve items 1 through 9 of the business?
So moved?
And a second?
second.
And all those in favor? Okay. The next thing up is the approval of the budget proposal for the 2016-17 year, well, the next coming school year. So when we talked about last time we were here, so comments, questions?
Oh, I just want to thank the team for the budget, and to come in under the cap is a huge challenge for schools, and we have done it in successive years, and this year was the most challenging. And I want to thank Roy and Maureen and the finance committee and the administrators for really working in within the constraints and proposing such a inspiring budget, I should say. The other night in the high school, there was a comment that the goals for the budget didn't seem so inspiring to maintain the current staffing and programming. And as I wrote in an email, the play I thought was a great example, one of many great examples of the inspirational things that are going on in the school. So I wanted to thank the
Thanks, and if I
the
could
group.
just also take a moment to thank Maureen and Nick in the business office for the work they do on the budget. A lot of work goes into it, and then, she'll get it all set, and I'll come down and say, Maureen, we need another 0.1 of this, or, do we budget 0.4 for this, or, what about that? And she somehow puts the numbers together and makes it happen, and, it's a real cooperative effort, and it's nice to feel confident in the business office to be able to put that together for us, so thank you.
No problem, thanks.
Okay, then can I get a motion then to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor? I would mention that one of the things that's on, like that Maureen's group, the business officials and some others, they're trying to push for legislation that would untie. Probably won't happen this year, but I think it's something we need to keep on the radar. Either that they eliminate the inflation adjustment, that it's just sort of a straight 2%, and also remove the supermajority requirement. So it probably wouldn't happen until after the next election cycle, because certain people like to hang their hats on what they've accomplished. But if you're at zero, it makes it really, really difficult to do the kind of thing. So we're using up some reserves in order to do this, and you just can't keep doing that and continue to maintain. I mean, my reaction to that comment about inspiring, I said it is inspiring, that we can actually maintain, we can have teachers, we can add teachers when we need to, in order to keep the class sizes small, but they make it very difficult based on the current legislation. So I think we just have to keep that on our radar and add our voices to the group.
There's a couple of things that they're just asking for exclusions, enrollment growth, just some
Yep.
type of, like to your point, just either two straight percent, and then also allowing for things that you have no control over, whether it be enrollment growth or
Construction and things like that,
different
yeah.
pieces that you need
Development.
to have some way to adjust for.
Yeah, because it's interesting, when you look at the runs for the districts around us, they're all over the place.
Right.
And it's really, it really makes it for a very difficult planning process. I think long-term, multi-year planning process. And the supermajority was always something I had an objection to. So why do no votes count more? I don't get it, but.
Yeah, the supermajority is the same as rule by the minority.
Yeah. Either way to do it.
It just sounds
The
better to
no's,
say
the no's are more
supermajority.
important. The no's are more important. But, okay. All right, moving on. We have the placement for CSE and CPSE services. I assume we're allowing all those to go. So can I get a motion
So moved.
and a second?
Second?
And all those in favor? Okay. Got personnel. I think we can probably take all of these A through D as sort of a grouping. Is there anything that people would like to pull out? Question?
No, just again to thank Laura Sullivan for stepping into the director position and look forward to having her steer that.
Do a great job.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, can I get a motion then on all the personnel items as a consent?
So moved?
And a second?
Second.
And all those in favor? Okay. We have the minutes. I didn't see anything with them, so anybody else catch anything they want to change, or?
No, I
Okay.
think I looked at this, they weren't there.
Yeah, initially I didn't see them, but
It said
then I
like
went back.
November 30th,
Oh, did I?
2013 earlier. No, it's okay, it says April for the now.
Yeah. Seemed to me you had a different date on the ones you saw? Or
They
they
weren't
weren't
any
there?
minutes,
Oh,
it
okay.
was just a boilerplate kind of.
Yesterday, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. For the minutes that are there, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And all those in favor? Okay. Emily?
Yes, okay. So I just wanted to have a conversation with the people that went to the PTSA meeting last time, who decided, I heard that there were going to be no more high school dances.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, what was the reasoning behind that specifically at this point?
What meeting?
At the last high school liaison meeting.
Okay.
Lou Ada Pietro announced to the parents that there were going to be no more dances. He just cannot keep doing them because the kids were so badly behaved. They had kids who were inebriated and were clearly not clean coming in. They had real problems. A lot of kids. And it's also, it's very difficult to find people who will chaperone the dances at this point. He knows that he has said this in the past, but he really was ready to draw a very firm
Was it specifically Mr. A that came in and I didn't go to
Mr.
the
A was the
meeting,
one who
so-
said it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That comes from the high school administration
Yeah.
who makes those decisions.
Yeah.
on that.
Okay.
So what do you think about that?
Well, just as the seniors coming in, there's
You
been a
guys
lot of
get everything,
things,
right?
Yeah,
Your class.
taken away, and it hasn't specifically been, our fault that things have gotten taken away. So I will have a separate conversation with Mr. A about it. I was just wondering if
Yeah.
that was kind of like a board.
Is it
No, no.
for the rest of this year?
No, it's
If you
forever.
ask him, he
It's
says
the rest of
forever.
his life, yeah. It's the rest of his life.
He's done.
He's done.
I think another conversation should be had about it because it seems like
It's it's not really. I would say fair that both things are kind of two traditions that have been for our high school careers have been like
Taken away.
there and they've been unchanged and suddenly they're both being taken away. It's just kind of surprising for the seniors and it's just upsetting that you're finally senior year, you get to do all these things, you get to have the gauntlet and you get to have dances and stuff and you don't get to do either of those. And
Well, I don't think this applies to
Were you
prom.
the class that didn't have
No,
Frost
no,
Valley?
no. The two things she's referring to is the gauntlet.
Yeah, the
remember the gauntlet
Thursday,
discussion.
that was the
And-
one thing, and
Yeah.
then dances.
school dances that aren't
doesn't-
from JF
It's
related.
not prom and junior.
No.
They're, it's,
no.
yeah, those are kind of like a
Dances,
separate
high school
kind
dances.
of,
Yeah.
These are the ones held in the high school.
Yes.
But apparently it was yeah, in the gym, yeah.
There was when was the dance? A couple weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
yeah.
There were
Or
some
maybe I'm-
issues,
Yeah.
some student issues.
Yeah,
that led
but
up
I
to-
mean, the issues happen every single year, and they've been worse in past years that I've heard. So, well,
I don't know, I think it's definitely a conversation that students should be having amongst
Yes.
themselves and with the administration,
Yes.
because I think whoever it was that was coming in this way, they did it in a big, it was
Yeah. Yeah,
not
also-
subtle what they were doing.
there's a lot of seniors who misbehaved as well. So,
Yeah.
again, juniors being punished for senior actions, which is
Sins of the fathers, sort of. Yeah, but I think I actually think it'd be a great thing for the high school to have a conversation about, because it's all your behavior and it's affecting all of you. And if it's a minority, and I think there's nothing better in some ways than peer pressure to get kids not to go down that path.
That's
At least try.
supermajority.
Yeah, especially, when y'all are being affected by it too, so, but that was definitely,
Yeah.
he was pretty firm at the meeting.
And I do think a number of years ago when this kind of thing happened and the dances stopped, what got them back, I think, was the kids actually taking action and the, like the student council sort of going into all the classes and basically reading the kids the riot act so that the next dance was much better. But it definitely takes, I think, kids telling kids.
Yeah, and definitely a lot of people will be motivated to get them back.
Yeah.
But also, the juniors are going to have a meeting with Mr. A because of the gauntlet situation, so I guess
Right.
that'll be brought up, and
Yeah,
I
think
can
it's
bring it up in SU.
That's definitely a
tomorrow.
place, because, I actually, I had heard from you that the dance was really fun and was great. So I was a little surprised when I went to the meeting.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
thought that
whoa.
nothing bad happened.
Yeah, there was apparently quite a lot. But that sort of, they wouldn't let certain
It was
kids in.
because it was only certain people. It was only like a few,
It
like
always is,
handful
though.
of people.
It kind of.
Yeah, and it puts pressure on the staff members who are
Yeah.
asked to chaperone. They feel very uncomfortable when
Yeah.
when faced with students who are not doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Puts them in difficult positions.
But
I
it's,
think
I
that's
mean,
the
it's
other challenge.
It's obviously
Yeah.
understandable. It's just annoying for the people who
Sure.
Yeah.
are
Makes sense.
behaving
Right,
properly.
Right. When you're the bystander who gets, punished for it, that's, yeah.
And that's the same thing with the gauntlet.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
True.
well, thank
So
you.
it stinks to be a junior.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do have a lot of empathy for you, but honestly, as a parent, I've heard this for so long, that kids are coming in, and I think that really is one of those problems that kind of needs to be readdressed again. It needs to be addressed in middle school, because it kind of swings, you go back in different directions, and we swing back and forth, and if it's getting worse, it is just something that really needs to be, discussed with the kids. Because you guys are the ones that do this, and if you can kind of help each other out, and I think that's really where the valuable
Yeah.
discussions happen, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, and certainly bring it to the student board liaison meeting.
Or at least
Next
that would,
Friday.
yeah.
Is that next Friday?
Yeah.
You'll probably find, I mean, I know that even ninth graders who went to the dance felt like there was sort of a feeling of, why are people ruining this?
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah.
but, I mean, they feel powerless because they feel like, they can't say anything to ninth graders, but I do feel like you would find that there's sort of a quiet undercurrent of kids who want to make these things
well,
happen.
because
and
it's a little
without this, too.
it's a little outrageous because it happens every single year, all this stuff, and now, of course, it's just like someone's putting their foot down about it, and it's
But it's not the first time they've been.
True.
Yeah.
It's not the first time they've put their foot down.
No, I'm saying
there
it's.
have been much worse. Like,
No, I'm not saying
No,
it's not the first time.
the dances have been
drinking.
stopped.
It's not the first time dances have been stopped. I mean, when my kids were in the high school, there were extended periods where there were no dances.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this had been going on.
Well, keep us posted. Let us know.
Okay, I will.
All right, okay. Okay, we have old business. We have the BOCES budget and board vote. So this is approving their administrative budget and the election of members. I guess we do it all at one shot.
You did separate, you're not going to vote for the members, you do the, you split it.
Okay. Why don't I'll just do them separately, and that way, if something comes up, it comes up. Can I get a motion then to approve the budget of the administrative portion of BOCES 2016-17?
So moved?
And a second?
Second?
And all those in favor?
Yeah.
This feels very powerless.
Yeah, no, I raised my hand.
Yep. Okay, there are election of members. There are three. One's just got a long name. I don't know what the right way to do this is. Joseph Woolley.
It's asleep.
Can I get a motion on Joseph Woolley? Well, put it this way. Is there anybody,
Says that one vote we cast for. Well, for each one.
Yeah.
You can vote for all, you vote for all three, yes or no.
does anybody feel the need to vote on them separately? I'll ask that question.
No.
Okay. Can I get a motion then to approve the three members?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor? I think that's all of us. Okay, all right. They're in. Okay, new business. I just have two housekeeping things. I've had two people respond to the date request, so look at your board emails and let me know which times. Gab and Donna.
Date
Very nicely
request for
done.
what?
Set up the organizational meeting in July.
In July, yeah.
So take a look. It's either morning or evening, and nothing's written in stone, but it's either morning or evening, which days you're around. The week of the 4th and then the following week as well. So you'll see it. So doodle up. The other thing is that I've been working with Janine on.
Right, just that meeting has to happen before July 10th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was within the first 2 weeks.
It's not even, there's a date, actually. I think it's like July 10th.
Oh,
It's not even
then it
10th.
would be really the week of July
4th. that week.
4th, because that's the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So the 10th is
Or
like a
that
weekend.
Monday, maybe
Or
the
the-
10th.
yeah.
Is the
Or the following Monday?
Is Monday the 10th?
Okay.
Or is it 11th?
11th is Monday, I think.
Sunday's the 10th,
Yeah.
So is it a hard date, or is it a business day?
Because
We'll look at
Friday's the
those
first.
first.
We'll look at the law, get
All right.
actually
It's the holiday
written,
weekend.
You know what?
Yes.
Let me know if you're going to be around anyway, and that way, if we can't do it, it's moot, but at least you will have answered. Don't use that as a reason not to answer the doodle, okay?
So it would be the 5th, 6th, or 7th?
Pretty much.
But there's like a little
That's what it
thing
sounds
that
like.
you click
I
on,
know.
Jody, and then you can.
Or just call me.
Yes or no, meaning yes, maybe, no.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, like if you really have to have me. Okay, so the other thing is I wanted to mention that I've been working with Janine, and Wendy had looked at the stuff as well. The advocacy that I talked about the last meeting, so that's kind of ready to go up. But Lisa did speak about it tonight at the liaison meeting, so I'm just going to talk to her, because the last time we did this, it seemed kind of pointless for us to be going off in two directions at once, or the same direction on two different cars. So I'll just let them know that we're going to do it. And I think this is what, there were a couple of things that she talked about tonight at the liaison meeting. One was the decoupling the receipt of state aid to the passage of the updated APPR. we already have ours in, and ours is already approved, so it really doesn't affect us in that way. But it just doesn't make a lot of sense that they put a moratorium on using the test results, and this is all about putting the test results into the APPR. So, yeah, a little common sense. And then, but that's Amy Pollan's bill, and it's co-sponsored by Abernathy and a couple of other people as well. Still needs Senate sponsorship, but we'll see where that goes. So there's that, and then there is also looking for the ones from Kaminsky that I mentioned the last time, those 3 bills they're really related to test results and tying them to APPR, and also making available more information about what the test is and the questions that are in it, so it's test transparency as well. So, I can send it to anybody who wants to take a look. Janine is going to magically turn it into a voter voice. Yep, and so that should be good. And hopefully people do it. Right now, the legislature's out, but they'll be back in no time at all. So who knows, maybe they have more time to read things now if we send it now. Yeah, could be.
I mean, I have 2 quick things.
Yep.
A number of people have asked me how they get absentee ballots for our election, not the presidential election. And so I just thought, Janine, if you can just say it into the board meeting.
Okay, they can request they should call me or email me a request for an absentee ballot. So I send them a form that they fill out as to why they can't make it. It has to be returned to me prior to 7 days before the election, and I will mail them an absentee ballot to return.
And is there also some sort of link online for them to request?
On our website, if it's not there, it'll be under the announcements section on our website.
There's a link where they can request it from you that way?
Right, they could email it. I'll put it up so that they can email me to request a ballot.
What are the dates for that?
To request an absentee ballot by?
Hard deadline that they'd have to do it by.
They can request, it has to be within 7 days prior to the election, so that I have time to mail it to them, and they have to get it back to me. So, but the minimum is 7 days.
Yeah, so really, it's really by the first week of May you want to have it in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other thing is just, if after the meeting, my curriculum committee folks, if we could just figure out when the 3 of us can all be in the same place at the same
So do we have a new policy room? Because there's a new policy update, so are we going to meet again?
I thought we had a meeting.
We have a meeting scheduled for May 3rd for
I don't
policy.
think it said it will be.
Will be coming.
Yeah, that
coming?
email just said it would be coming, look out
Check
for
your
it.
spam, because a lot of times, for some reason, it ends up in spam.
Yep.
Yeah, but they don't ever come to me, somebody forwards them to me.
Yeah, and I know you, I think Jean is too, so anytime I see something, it's probably wrong.
And what about the regulations? Have we gotten them from them yet?
We haven't received them, we have ordered them.
Okay. Do we know when they'll be, do you think we'll have them before that May 3rd meeting? or-
It's an electronic file, I don't see why not. I'll just check with about sending out a purchase order regarding it. I know the purchase order went out.
Any other comments people would like to make, or? Okay. I guess then we're done. Good night.